Hello, hello. Watching our reaction into 200s POC. Good reaction so far. Need to get over 218, 220. That I mean this area above us, PVZ, to break down trends. Right, something like that. RTY and ES so far holding lower highs, continuing down, holding previous bid here as resistance. Think it makes a lot of sense that if NQ can't find our bottom here at POC and hold our AV WAP, that Russell needs to come down one more leg to previous day POC, and ES needs to come down into VWAP as well. Just waiting on NQ. So it's looking a bit better than everything else so far. As long as like 98 continues to be supportive on RTY, I don't know if we get lower. So I need to see that break for the full rotation.
So the US Special Counsel asked the court to pause the Trump prosecution, the special counsel to announce plans for the Trump case by December 2nd.
We are at R200 on NQ, held PVZ as resistance. We are now at target on Russell. We'll see if this is enough. This is our PVZ target from previous day value low to our value low at 395. I'm a bit concerned that ES still needs to come down to VWAP, but we'll watch to see what happens with Russell. And then if this 200 can't find the liquidity that we need, expect that we need to rotate down to this 185 PVZ low here, where we had the shift yesterday. But I am curious to see what happens here. I'm kind of treating this as balance right now, right, between our yellow and red box. But if we do see some sort of offer that starts to stack below POC here, and we can't hold this low, then we can start to look for it as a resistance point for a rotation between these two boxes, right? These are just our auction pivots from yesterday, so I think that they'll be pretty important. Yeah. Other than that, don't have much. Just gotta see how the market wants to react. The reason this area is interesting is that this is our 15-minute VWAP, so this would be just a reversion back into it, and it's our POC as well, right? So it has a lot of, if we're going to hold the upper balance, and by upper balance I mean this is kind of how I see us trading for today. Is between let me delete all this, between this high and this low as of right now, and this is the middle, right? So if we're going to hold above VWAP here, I'm interested to see if this is going to be able to rotate it like this between like our 195 and 230, or if we'll start to shift below and then go for this lower rotation down into 162. It just looks like a box to me as of right now. One eighty five 200 or 220 224. For the low, yeah, this 195 205 was from yesterday. And then above was that like 215, right? So we're just playing around the same levels that we were into close yesterday, Sauce. I'm just kind of waiting to see our reactions here again because this is that 15-minute VWAP, and if they start to be able to put some pressure below it, which is what they're attempting, right? So far, 195, 184 contracts have been absorbed into 195. So I'm not sure if we're going to get the full rotation down, but if we do, I would assume that we head down to that like 175, 160 area. But as long as 195, 205 is holding supportive, I think that we can just rotate in this upper node. It's really, really strong reaction off Russell into previous day value low at our green box. Just rotating back up to VWAP. Expect VWAP to be pretty hard resistance if sell side is serious. What's up, Tony? Don't know if I do. Your username sounds familiar. I'm sure Tom would recognize it a lot more than me. But welcome back. So far, rejecting VWAP on RTY, watching to see if we can hold our halfway back as supportive here for a higher low. If not, then I just kind of expect us to rotate back down to previous day POC at 396. Yes, held POC, or sorry, yes, yeah. Yes, held POC as resistance and has rejected. We're watching to see if we can get that higher low with Russell to let us know if we want a full rotation back up to our highs, or if this will be our first like real lower high for a continuation down, right? Can sellers hold here to continue us down, or are we just going to rotate back up and just balance? That's all I'm saying. I'm much more interested in us looking below our VWAP on the 15 minute on NQ and then playing this rotation down than I am trying to buy here, personally, in the middle of our range. Hopefully this is probably the best visual I can give about what I'm talking about. Very clearly balanced, right? Very clear D profile, with our value high edge holding as resistance and our value low edge holding as supportive. And we are now below POC, and we're watching to see if we have one more leg down into our value low to create excess again, or if we can start to break these lower highs. And as soon as we do, we should be able to rotate back up to our value high edge. So it's just a matter of how we build this out at our POC currently. It can go either right back up to our value high edge or back down to our value low, depending if POC holds as resistance here at our 200s. So far holding POC from previous candle. If that continues to persist, I'm going to be looking more so for the upside rotation than the downside. If we start to build below, then we'll be looking for that rotation back down to our lows. Low balance. And with our POC holding from previous candle, we got our rotation back up, right? Yes, into our value high edge. Watching to see our reaction here into our offer at our PVZ, right? And our value edge high.
Azeri BTC crude oil exports from the Cayhan port set at 18.33 million barrels in December, which is up from the 17.64 million barrels in November, as per their schedule.
All right, let's see if we get our rotation back down to POC here, or if our value edge holds. Again, we are watching this. We are rotating between value edge high and value edge low of our profile. We are looking for excess to build outside and then to rotate back through if we are going to maintain balance. So it's really important that we see that that buyer get caught off sides and then a rotation back into our range and hold. Right now, we're just in a 3-bar structure on the lower time frames, right, where we're just building a higher low. But I am keeping an eye for any sort of excess. And by excess, I mean is basically these wicks here that are above our value edge, just like we had these wicks here below our value edge. And I'm just looking to see if from this area, we then are able to rotate back through if we're going to continue balancing, right? If we're going to break out, we should see a pretty clear hold of this, right? And a maintain of these higher lows. And then a continuation to retest our ETH high. So those are really the only two ideas I have. I need to see a very clear willingness to trade outside of value for this secondary move to play, where we go and retest our ETH high. If not, then again, I think that the more likely outcome will be just another rejection of our value and then rotation through our profile. So just kind of keeping an eye on both of those scenarios.
Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Not much. Not much. It's Friday.
Yeah, I told these guys just looking for balance right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it seems like we'll see what the afternoon brings, but I have a feeling I won't be making a ton of trades in this.
I'm out one here, one runner left, just playing this rotation back through, just like we just literally just talked about. Watching for a rotation back down to POC, ideally, for my runner into 200, 205. Do 15s, 10 seconds. Watching for a reoffer of our value edges from the inside now. Got our first bounce at our AVWAP. Now watching to see if we make a lower high here that we have built excess outside of value when we rotate down for a push into POC. Same thing on ES, just watching to see if our value edge holds and if we can rotate back down, or if this is able to maintain, then we will look for expansion. But until then, I'm looking at this as a rejection of our value high edges on ES and NQ. Things to keep in mind here that might be a shift now that I'm looking is Russell, if it holds this 399 400 area, like that's a pretty big deal if we're now holding VWAP as supportive for rotations up. So the only catalyst that I really see here for the rest of the market is if Russell decides that this low was enough from previous day value at 394.6, and we want to break the downtrend and try to get back over our ETH high, and that would just rotate us back up to 405s. But I am curious about this. Let me go to a 15-minute time frame just so I can show you what I'm looking at. This hold of VWAP was pretty interesting. Like, it was a very solid retest and then push. So I'm just gonna be curious to see if this is able to lead to a larger downtrend break off of the 15 or more upside to retest at least, right? Our value high edge. Before I was kind of tracking this as they would reject here and then we'd rotate in between these, but this is a pretty nice bid that we saw in into VWAP.
Yes, bid is trying to get quite active up here, over 25s.
In 10 minutes time now at the top of the hour, see the release of the weekly US Baker Hughes rig count numbers. Oil rigs prior 479, total rigs prior 585.
I think you just need to be a bit more patient.
He said please, though.
It's been 5 minutes time now. At the top of the hour, we see the release of the weekly Baker Hughes rig count numbers. The S&P 500 crossing the 6,000 mark for the first time.
And on delayed data.
Like an hour delayed.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Actually, more than like
What?
3 hours delayed. We literally opened at 04.
So we are shortly expecting the results of the Baker Hughes rig count for the week.
I still have seen nothing that tells me we want to like expand. So I am still just under the impression that we are rotating.
So USB
Yeah.
use total rig count coming in at 585, 585.
I'm kind of assuming that we're gonna have to wait for Russell to lose momentum for actual like speed. So probably a push into this high, like we've got pathed out here. And then from this point, we can then rotate this distribution that's here. But until then, I just kind of expect it to be choppy until we can see a very
According to
clear
Financial Times,
pathway.
Trump eyes Doug Burgum as the new energy czar. And oil rig count 479, 479. According to the Financial Times again, Donald Trump eyes Doug Burgum as new energy czar to slash regulations.
Bid is still here on this 25 area, yes. Obviously, it's very slow. There's still some size here. Really no shift in ES. Obviously NQ here looking back in the top of range area. Opening range highs and 15s. NQ balanced, or excuse me, RTY balanced. Just talked about NQ. With this 400. And kind of like an auction split, you have a little LV in there, some structural differences. ES is dead. Really won't say much until we kind of move away from these areas. Rory.
U15's opening now. Just right back up to our absorption from the last test up here. We're waiting to see if excess, if we make some excess and then rotate back down, or if buyers are able to start to sustain. Just keep an eye on POC from previous candle at this 230 level to see
Shortly
if buyers
expecting
are able
results
to
of a
hold
bit of a
that
reverse
as the
repo
low.
operation.
If not, I do expect us to just have to rotate back down to value edge. So keeping an eye on that right now as new 15's open. ES holding value, no change. Russell starting to lead down. Need to see that get back over POC or expect that to be a resistance point for a rotation. if buyers can start to build this 30 to 40 area on NQ, I'm targeting up at like 280, 290 for NQ. So we just want to see if these guys who were absorbed last time can not be absorbed this time, basically, right?
$56 counterparties stake $163.621 billion at the Fed Reverse Repo operation.
Hmm.
NQ a little look under value high there. Still maintaining this upper auction. The whole internet debacle ended up with him fully moving apartments.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're referring to the one on the move, which was an equal debacle.
The on the move?
Just, I think he's referring to, and it took like a week for this AT&T to get that.
Oh, dude, and they contact me every day, sending an automated email saying that I need to return my router.
Yeah.
And it's like, you didn't give me a new one. So do I need to return this one? And they're like, no, just ignore it. And I'm like, am I going to collect calls for the rest of my life saying that I owe you guys money because I didn't return this router? And she was like, maybe, but just ignore them. And I'm like, is this call recorded? It's because I'm gonna need to know. Like, can you cancel the alert that's going out? She's like, no, no, no. So now I just get calls every day saying that I need to return something that I'm using. So that's a thing. This place is cursed.
It was more of a scoff, Kiz.
Man said giggle. Jesus.
According to Punchbowl News, House Republicans eyes China's trade relations status.
That's us. Did you pay for that advice? Huge pressure, professional opinion.
A little excitement there. Kind of watching RTY here. This is like top of most recent auction, but your morning auction, this is your POC area. 2 points up to value high. NQ new high of day here, ES new high. Little looks over. Feels very like random. I didn't see like any real shifts other than like the little order book excitement there that would have convinced me I was gonna do that. NQ, remember 253 yesterday's high. And your Globex high is up in 63. RTY looking back at POC after value high test.
Yeah, the colored triangles on stacked, Steve, are it allows you to basically get the same signals for different instruments on one instrument, right? So that was probably confusing. The white signal is for whatever chart you're currently on. So for me, those are on NQ. But I could turn on another symbol if I wanted to. Say, NVIDIA was moving with NQ a lot today. So I could then turn on NVIDIA and then click this, and then it would give me signals of when NVIDIA was looking to break out, right? Or when NVIDIA showed weakness. So if I have something that has a lot of confluence with our tech market, or if you wanted a divergence signal, you could turn on something that isn't moving with NQ, as having the opposite reaction, and it'll allow you to see signals for underlyings or another index to let you know when those are starting to show bullish pressure or bearish pressure. So with this NVIDIA one on, you can see that we got a NVIDIA long signal here right before the NQ breakout. And we got this weakness on NQ right at the same time that NVIDIA showed that weakness, right? So we've added these external signals to give you a little bit more confluence of when we should be looking to look for longs or shorts. And you can change these to whatever color you want or whatever underlying you want. And you can have them on or off. So there are some people that will only take trades when they have all of their externals showing them the same amount of pressure in the direction that they want to be going. Right. So if we have bullish pressure across the board, you'll have, stacked signals, hence the name. And that'll give you a bit more confidence that your trade makes sense. Hopefully that answers your question.
Little market check in. We got a little squeezy there. RTY just shy of previous high of day. That's NQ into your Globex high.
Yeah, I just took
Yes,
one off
where we looking
into
from here?
ETH high. I still think that we could probably go for 80s if we can get over ETH, but it's a good target from 38s. We'll see if we can start to build here for a pop. I'm just watching 45s below for pullbacks. And then we're looking to see if this can flag. Russell holding previous day value high, incredibly important if we're going to get continuation, guys. If Russell can break out, then we have all markets outside of value showing interest. Yes, and NQ have already done it. So this is kind of our last one to see if we can make our value edge supportive here. So I either want to see a look and hold over 63s on NQ and the ability to build, or just a rotation back to 45s. I'm not sure which one's going to happen. I have just a runner left from our breakout of our 30-38, but nothing major. Again, this is really what I'm focusing in on. This hold of previous day value is really important.
New 15s here. Look over here on ES.
So being that the chat is rather silent on other question regarding the same chart on ES, what's the significance of those signals showing weakness when we've had nothing but an uptick today? Why would there be no signals representing strength or uptrend? So it is just price action based. So depending on what time frame that you're on, Weakness could result in just chop. Understanding your overall trend is definitely what you should be doing, though. For they are solely price action based signals that look at the last few candles and show potential reversal points. That's it. So if there was a signal from lower and we're still holding all of our trend continuation tools, right? Like all of our, like on stacked itself, there's a line called rebid reversal, as well as our bounce cloud. If those are still maintaining, there's really no reason to be looking for a larger shift, right? So I can actually bring that up for you right now. So on stacked itself, let me pull it up. Actually, this will be easier. So it's stacked as a toolkit for scalping. It's not a higher time frame, larger move indicator. It's meant for you to see quick signs of weakness or strength and to give you an idea of where you should be looking or focusing on for potential reversals, right? So we can turn off our NVIDIA here and just keep it on ES signals. And we can see, we turn off everything else. You are given a cloud. You are given a rebid reversal line, which is here.
Administration is to allow American military contractors
And then
to deploy into
signals.
Ukraine for the first time since Russia's invasion, according to CNN.
You turn on labels. So to your point, we got our ES signal at the low, right? We then would have taken profit off of into first target here, which is our rebid reversal line. So the way that we look at these signals is this yellow line, this dotted yellow line is your invalidation of signal. So if we don't invalidate and we're holding, this is a long that is in play, and you're trading it into this point here. This is our ATR line. It's a different calculation, but it's basically an ATR. And it's giving you an area where it makes sense based off of the move that was just happened to take some profit off of. And until we can make it supportive, break above and show interest above this area, this should be your target. That's what this white line represents. That's your rebid reversal line. So this is about if trend was going to persist, we would want to see it bounce from here as the lowest possible point. In strong trend, you will bounce off of your cloud, right? And we'll just get continuation and then it's ongoing. So the first targets from a signal, as long as it doesn't invalidate, right? Again, that yellow dotted line will always be your bounce cloud. Secondary signal, our secondary target will always be your rebid reversal line for scalps. So it gives you 2 points, 1, 2, and then off of that, it then extends and makes targets for you. So if we break the uptrend, right, it's giving you a target of where you should be looking if this doesn't just continue onward in the trend that we're already going. That's all this is telling you. So it's just giving you a trade plan. But because we are in this signal from earlier, right, the actual continuation, right, and breakout, and then this rebid reversal line went from resistance to supportive, we have continuation. So that's all it is. It's just giving you points of weakness or strength, and they are pretty decent for what they are. When used with all of our other tools, they become pretty strong. And especially when you start to add extra levels. So like if we put NVIDIA on, for example, on the ES chart, it can give some signals or earlier signals of like weakness or strength that could be happening. So like with NVIDIA weakness here, rotations down, with NVIDIA strength here, a little bit of an up move, right? Same thing here on this low. So sometimes it's actually better to have your secondary signals on as your primary confirmation, because we know that ES or SPY or QQQ, right, are a combination of lots of names. So if we take the underlyings that are inside of those ETFs and the ones that are even more highly weighted inside of them, things like NVIDIA, we might be able to get an idea of when things are going to reverse before we actually get the signal on ES or SPY, whatever you're trading. So it's important to watch what's actually influencing the market on the day to give you an understanding of where we're headed. So the white line, you want to check that on. That's right here. It's off by default, and it will only display if we get a break of structure. If you want it always on to see how we've been reacting, you can just turn that on and then change the display length. But this line will only show up when we break below a cloud, and then it'll print so that it's a little less noise on your chart by default. Yeah, man, ask questions anytime. So do you see these lines? This is what it looks like if you don't have always on turned on. You see how it just creates a little area of resistance here? So I have these completely turned off because I use the always on function. But do you see how it only creates a line when we actually break that structure? So it will, if I turn it always on, you can see how it overlaps here. Do you see? So if it's not on the always on display, it will only create that once we show an area of resistance as we're about to push into it, just to keep your chart clean. But if you don't mind having it on always, then it'll be displaying this entire period beforehand.
Big NQ retest here. ES coming into halfway back. NQ bounced. 50-minute ORH back to halfway back, close to yesterday's high. It's 50.53. Almost full node rotation on ES.
According to the BSEE, 23.4% of oil production at the US Gulf of Mexico is shut in response to Hurricane Raphael. And 10.8% of natural gas production.
My favorite combo, Steve, is RTY on as a secondary signal on NQ. RTY usually gives us some weakness signs first and some strength signs first for NQ moves. So if I see like a double signal, or if I see RTY start to show that weakness into a potential area that I'm already interested in on NQ, it's usually a good like hey, you should keep an eye out. We're seeing weakness somewhere else. The whole point of the signals is to basically allow you to have utilize our indicators on a singular chart without having to have multiple charts up with multiple watching multiple stocks, right, or something like that as well. So like if you're on mobile, or if you have limited monitor space, and you have a name that you already are interested in and has been moving really well with the market, right? You can then turn on that to give you the same information that if you had a chart up of Nvidia or RTY or something like that, just as like a little quality of life feature.
I'm sure if there is a company that did, it would be them. But I have no idea.
I mean, I see both sides. Well, how long is top steps? Because I can see it from their perspective of like you shouldn't be not able to get paid, or your account shouldn't go away, but you should definitely get a warning of like, hey, where are you? Why aren't you being consistent? 30 days? Okay, I mean, that's not bad. You stop trading with them as for a month. That's understandable. But it definitely shouldn't deactivate your account. If that's what it's doing, then that's stupid. The only thing I could think of is that I'm trying to think of like from like a data perspective or something. But I don't know. It just kind of seems arbitrary. 30 days is a long time, though, for you to not be active. Like, you really couldn't log in and trade one MNQ, like one like micro in the last 30 days. Buys up capital that someone else can make money from. Well, let me tell you something that you're not gonna want to hear. You're not trading real money. %98.99999% of people that are on prop firms are trading in simulations with fake money. Yeah, but even if you have a funded account, you're still not trading real money 90% of the time. Unless specifically stated. Top Step only gives live accounts to like their top 1%. Most of the money that prop firms make are off of other people's evals failing, and then they're paying you out of pocket from that, and then they're from whatever accounts they're shadow trading with. Not from like actual live traders. So if you are like showing really nice consistency, they might be taking trades on their end off of your account. Yes, that is more than that is definitely the reason, Romeo. This range is something. Yeah, there's the pickle sandwich.
That is, it's crazy.
feel like I'd have like really bad acid reflux after eating that. But I'm sure it tastes good.
It's crazy. That's a lot of the ratio just seems way off to me.
They should be coring the cucumber.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like that's just a lot of pickle. Like I get the idea of using it as bread, but that is thick. It also depends like what their brine is, because it doesn't have to be like incredibly acidic. If they have like a pretty mild
Yeah.
brine,
Like a more dry pickle,
yeah,
if that makes sense.
yeah. I don't know. I'd definitely try it. It's definitely like bread is always going to be your main one. You know, like you're not replacing bread with pickles. That's crazy.
Darien might. It seems like a Darien move.
But if you were like on a carb, low carb diet, like that is such a good idea. Some people just want a sandwich, you know? Right. Why is the day that you chose to come back to the living the day that we're just chopping sideways? What's going on, man?
Prophesized.
And like not even a good range day, like a untradeable
It's garbage.
look at Discord and talk about pickle sandwiches kind of day.
Mhm.
Are you watching Don Da Don, Roy? So good. Yeah, man. Yeah, we do, Steve. We did like most of the indicators have full classes covering them. You can most likely find them on Discord, I would assume, in one of the sections. If they're not labeled correctly, we should definitely do that, Mario. Just have like a separate section in the videos for class for the indicators alone.
Even indicators. This might be old though. This playlist. I might need to get updated. Some of
'Cause-
these videos are very old.
Yeah, because on like if with those they should definitely have access to those if they have access to indicators. Those specifically. Why ruin a meal? A little acidity with fat is not ruining a meal. It's a good balance of flavors.
This is also the guy who just puts raw beef and rice in a rice cooker and eats that for 2 weeks straight. So, you know.
True. You need acid with fat to balance it out. How you create flavor. I'll look for you, Steve. What's your name on Discord, man? I'll tag you when I find him. Tomatoes. I mean, I don't think they do the same job as a tomato. I feel like if you're not gonna like, if you don't like pickles, then you should try. But you don't like onions either. I don't know. I can't trust you. Oh, you're giving Mario crap for eating onions. Was that just like a? Was that a fad? All right, I got you, Steve.
Was it was.
Oh yeah, I can't believe Mario eats a full onion a day. That's crazy.
Just about.
That's unheard of.
Sometimes, Rory, I even eat a full like bell pepper a day as well. Crazy, man.
Eh. Would I understand what's happening in that episode, Rory? I just saw your message. I'm not caught up on One Piece, man.
I think Rory might be the only person who is.
I just upper range rejection off of our hold of our 45s, rotating back up into the absorption above. I don't know if we break. We shall see. Things that are giving me confidence that we could potentially see higher is Russell holding our value edge. I think that that's a good sign that we want to keep going. But it is a slow trek. Incredibly slow trek that we're pushing up into. We've got ES ADR above us at this 39. A very large zone though. Jesus.
So NYMEX gasoline December futures settle at $2.01 a gallon. NYMEX diesel December futures settle at $2.23 a gallon. NYMEX WTI crude December futures settle at $70.38 a barrel, and NYMEX natural gas December futures settle at $2.66.
Good morning, Garoto.
What's up, Ram? RTY leading up off of the hold of our value edge, rotating now up into our next target. I think RTY probably has one more leg up into 1370 here, I'd say. Just into ATR, or ADR, sorry. Up into this edge, but see if we can get a little flag going here.
Don't think so I haven't checked in a handful of months, I would say, around, but even when they started rolling out the better data, I'm doing quotes right now, I know you can't see it. Just the better data was on their side in terms of intake, but not things that we can intake or that can be exported out of TradingView into a script. Like, for example, we can't do anything with footprint. At least we couldn't.
No, there's no hooks. It's not built in PineScript, so we can't access it because it's not
Yeah.
PineScript.
It's also one of those things, and I hope that this changes, but until it does, like, I will always be in the camp that no matter how good TradingView's data is, it's still not what, like, your brokerage is going to have. So, like, those scripts exist for free on Tradeovate, and they're good, and their data is good and pretty robust. And I don't think we'll ever be able to replicate or outperform
Steve, check out that playlist.
This is the playlist I was talking about.
There's no PVZ video for some reason.
Like I said, I don't think it's updated. Some very old stuff.
So it's updated as far as I was aware. So if there's additional videos that we need to add, I can add them easily. I just wasn't aware that there were additional videos.
Yeah, we need PVZ.
You gotta just dig through the stuff. It might even be in the lesson master list. There would be videos for it.
Also, Dapper, do we have updated videos since 9:30?
Yes. Some of them.
Okay. If you want to upload them, I can
Yeah.
add them to the master list.
Some of them it's like, but
Yeah, I
we
also
will get that fixed.
I also have a couple of videos that I need to re-upload because for some reason they're muted.
Even this one, dictating play types based on value structure, PVZ deep dive, like that would be good to throw in there. And
And Brent crude futures settle at $73.87 a barrel. That's down $1.76 or 2.33%.
That one's added, by the way.
Appreciate it.
I'll dig
if you-
through stuff. I'll put it on for one of my weekend things. Start looking.
Yeah, if you find any, just let me know the name of them and it's an easy add.
Retesting our ETH high here on NQ again. Again, need to see this build above, or expect this to just be the high. If we can get over ETH high and start to show supportive, still targeting 80s above us. ES has now hit ADR into our 39. It's a very large zone, so I'm using it more as like a general range idea of like, hey, we're coming up into an area where like we shouldn't expect too much more upside, rather than an actual target. Just as like a general, like we might see a loss of momentum here, kind of signal, especially with NQ also in ETHI. Just gonna see if we can flag this out and build, or if this is actually the top for the day. There's a lot of volume that's been exchanged up here at NQ at 260. I really would like to see Russell hit ADR first before I get like bearish, but More videos will be added, Steve, over the weekend, but that should give you a good start. Russell into ADR here, R14.2, and NQ into R45 edge. That's been our bounce point for this whole time. Watching to see if we lose any momentum here on Russell for NQ to get a bit more downside. Right, if like Russell had topped out here into ADR, it might give us this lower high on NQ might be a bit more important. So it's just something I'm keeping an eye for. If we're going to break balance or if this is just going to maintain, right, then it doesn't matter. But I like to look for these kind of inflection points with ES and NQ showing signs of weakness first already. So it's like, okay, well, if NQ and ES are already weak and Russell loses that strength, then why do we think we are going to continue to chop, right? If the one thing that was pushing us up is now not pushing up. if 45s can hold offer on NQ now. Russell getting a little bit of that downside pressure I was just talking about from ADR. We're just looking to see if we can hold where previous buyers were as resistance now, right? If buyers are going to be off sides, we want to see a very clear shift of value. You don't want to be too preemptive about this because if they fail, right, then we rotate back up with guys trapped off sides.
Pretty important for NQ here. Looking in between this like upper cell structure we've been sitting in post lunch and your primary auction below. ES is still like just way up there.
Yeah, I think that's smart. We're just back down to this area anyways.
Final hour opened here.
I think we'll get a more drastic push down if Russell can't hold here. I don't know, I'm a big fan of those kind of like these kind of plays where we lose that momentum and then we can keep going. But we're definitely going to have to see a bit more from NQ into this low. There's such a big area of buyers from 215 to 225. I'm hoping Russell ES can lead us down, fix structure. We're gonna have like the exact same trade we had yesterday, Sauce, at this exact time. Well, you got stopped out into 15s by having your stop at 26, and then we broke down below 15s for the move down to 905. But you were calling off this 25 level. I think it's possible if we see a strong rejection. I have it's really hard here because this is again like such a big area of buyers, so it's hard for me to be bearish until we see like that move under 15s. But yeah, I mean it would make sense for the value rotation to at least go to POC into close. I think 205 should be most people's main target. It's 205, 215. If we push below 205s, then there's potentially for a larger shift, but that would just be a reversion to our 15-minute VWAP, which is where we bounced this morning at 200 to 205. As soon as I got on, that was what we were talking about for a potential low. So that would just be a full reversion. And so far, perfect bounce off our 15 low, trying to build above our value edge. Again, Russell is holding our edge. It's going to be a very tough area to try to breach through because of these buyers that were present here. But if we can do it, I'd like to see Russell put in a lower high here, reject this wick high, and then we watch to see if there's anyone that can get trapped above our value edge on NQ and then rotate us down. if that can happen where Russell loses momentum and ES and NQ can find an offer here, ES into this LVN ideally, that would lead more downside, but it's going to be tough if Russell doesn't lose momentum here. Yeah, that's the biggest issue, but
Really interested in ES test of 35 here. If I can come over that last little local high. Got it. Obviously with NQ it would be up into the value high. One minute here till new 15s. RTY value high test.
Flip ratio. Russell testing our value edge here, guys, off of failing to push higher over our ADR. Very curious to see if we enter back in. That would help us a lot with downside pressure if Russell rejected. NQ is able to hold our pivot so far, but no lower low. So really keeping an eye on RTY here off of this move. See if we can get a rejection and a rotation down to like POC or something. I don't know. It's the only thing I really see for weakness. Yeah, I agree. Just gotta wait it out. Too slow, man. What a boring day. Are you gonna be active at all while you're in China, or are you like completely gone? The time difference is rough. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's not the move, especially with the market conditions we've been having. If anything, you might start being able to do little glowbacks around your dinner time and get the actual moves. Yeah, I don't know how much longer this cycle of gap up overnight and then hold range through the day and then gap up overnight is going to last. But
Hopefully today's the last day.
yeah, it's my least favorite market. Yeah, smart. Good job. This really does just look like a slow grind to 205. On the 15, like nothing yet tells me that we aren't just going to VWAP. Is it going to be tradable in any sense of the word? Probably not. Yeah, that makes sense. Trying here just feels a little awkward. But if you're in from higher, another bounce 15s. Go figure. What's next week? CPI? Anything else?
I've not looked yet.
trying to think of something that's going to actually give us some conviction from either side. Anything actionable? Not much, man. Only thing that I've really called today was the morning bounce off of our 200s, which was just a 15-minute VWAP. I was looking for a pull down to this. And then the only other thing that I talked about was Russell coming into our ADR and losing momentum with NQ and ES already making lower highs. And if Russell was able to lose that momentum into ADR, that there'd be a decent short setup, which there was. And that's the only thing I've said today. Everything else has been just us chatting. Pretty unremarkable day. Right now, we're basically just waiting to see if this guy at 15s can get taken. 15 to 25 was our pivot yesterday into close, and we are here again. Our 50-minute VWAP is down at this like 200, 205, which could be a nice mean reversion chart target into close. But I haven't seen anything really like actionable. Unless you want to trade the chop. Later, Steve. Have a good one. All right. Glad we haven't moved.
Yeah, well, yes, POC here, but yeah, it's nothing.
That may have been enough of a look into view up. We'll see. If we can't get over POC from previous candle, then we probably retest, I would assume. The wick low here. Go 5 area. POC is trying to shift on NQ. Any fun plans over the weekend, anyone?
Huge weekend plans.
You doing anything, Mario?
I don't think so. I might go over to my parents. That's not really exciting. Wow, actually, I take that back. My dad is like house sitting for like 30 goats right now.
Oh,
So I guess that's something.
get some free eggs and get some goat's milk.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Easy.
I don't think I'll get any goat's milk, but
Well,
definitely grab some eggs.
at least worth still. Goat eggs, yes.
Yeah. My dad is actually the #1 goat egg farmer in the state of Minnesota. Fun fact.
I believe it. Really important retest here into POC of previous candle. Watching to see our value reaction on NQ. That may have been enough of a look in. I'd like to see some excitement over the, what? 35s on NQ to let us know if that was enough. If not, then we just expect absorption into this 30-35 area again. So I would love to see the bid be able to lift over that. Other than that, just expect 95. How much time do we have left? 20 minutes.
Yep. Yes, bid. Trying to step in here on this 20. Got a little bit more room into the structural edge. Our previous kind of like lows in this area, 18.
Might be a wake up at 8 in the morning again and trade the opening session and leave afternoons market again for me.
Yeah, if it doesn't clean up next week, it's definitely gonna
Yeah.
probably be till post Thanksgiving.
No, because if not, I'm just gonna trade the first 2 hours and then dip.
Yeah.
No reason to stay. And it's not just because I want to hang out with Sauce while he's in China.
True. We know it's not because of that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he does. It gives him time to watch all of his shorts.
True. They remind me of you, Darian, and I just like to be reminded of you.
Emphasis on the slow, the boring, right?
And not the love. No
Yeah.
emphasis on the love. And if today was exciting, we would have never seen the pickle sandwich.
MOC in 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
Oh, Mr. Rory.
Did you guys see the new Viscous buff where he's his range, his AP, sorry, his ability power range now affects the size of his alt. So you can just like make him he like he becomes gigantic.
That's actually funny.
It's
I
good.
I played a couple of games with Sven maybe this week or last weekend. But that was the first time. No, I played on the 2nd, and I had not played since like October 2nd. They added a lot of new characters as well.
Yeah, check this out.
Hate how I can't just click the Reddit thing and it plays. I have to go to the. Oh my goodness.
And that's without Colossus.
It's actually bigger than that arch that he went through. He like
Yeah.
through it. That's funny.
Insane.
One minute till we get the market on close data.
Nice frog, man.
Where did you get that picture of me, Dan? He even doesn't have pants on it. It literally is me.
All right, MOC here, 5 seconds. MOC open.
Taking a look at the market on closing balance, the S&P 500 a sell side of 2.4 billion, Nasdaq 100 a sell side of 1.1 billion, Dow 30 a sell side of 1.1 billion, and the Mag 7 a sell side of 770 million.
They're good, Aaron.
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Amber alert.
Oh, when those come out of nowhere, it's actually the worst. You're like, what is this beeping?
Oh yeah, at an airport with everyone. All right, well, that was that's it. Great.
US Treasury 2 10-year yield curve flattens late Friday to 4.2 basis points. The flattest in a month was at 19.5 basis points on November 6th.
A lot of miles. Hopefully you
That's
got
like
points for
on.
him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's on the cusp of like, you might as well charter a plane. That many, it's crazy. I feel like 200 is like usually the what people say. Were you doing like, your job have you like working in a different area for like 2 weeks, then you like go back and then go to a different one?
Oh, he's not in voice.
that would explain it. Minutes. 60-20 bid so far in ES holding, but I mean just really play like 5-point range here.
Yeah, there's only so many times you can buy the same range. 15's held, just pushing up into our 30s. Again, there's nothing here until we can look above and hold. Russell losing a little momentum, looking to see if we can maintain higher lows. But you have 2 minutes left, so I don't know what you're gonna get. I could see like a tap into 40 VWAP above, but I don't know. Not worth. I barely traded today. Like that's just so not worth.
There it is.
I will talk to you all next week. Sorry, this trading week has been kind of lackluster. It is what it
I'm a
is.
little surprised, to be
Uh,
honest.
something.
A little surprised.
All right. Well, goodbye.
I will see you guys on Monday. For those hanging out, like I said, I'll do some re-uploading of some recent classes, as well as trying to comb through some stuff and try to fine-tune the playlist setup right now. So, yeah. All right.